Pero solas marungil ko sa ngayon kidrogoy. Good morning and good evening and good afternoon to those people on different time zones. This is Alfonso Diaz, and guess what? Like I promised you last night, our guest this evening is Jackson Henry. Jackson Henry is the man that's been around. And let me tell you something. We're going to talk about him, and then you'll decide, okay? Because it's got all kinds of experience listed here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about from 1 to 15 or to 16. We're gonna talk about those things that we've done, since when he went into after school. He went to school in U.S. and then his experiences. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different experiences. Okay, to include ang ambassador and mora at Taiwan. Mang so ang sa tayo gigit, solan di hote solan medapsate elel mabot sa pes mara giro kuil niya soal no marulengang soal mo malar sela laging lela register kitaya isel so harnya senga abu ngaur engam lobre senator abu ngaur mar adar ngaur el anga pal soril el lolduber ngal ngalkir el mortal kingal engora appropriate do lo say hey ngoet yaking live anyway oy mangagil ngater lang esola olungitra te alam bot sa el mu yel soal mung sola olungitra mi ulo sem ki sel med senkyo el moringira mula December 13th of this year. Okay, kita espera adal morsel bong di mor statloror biano su di mor statloror adange. Okay, madalo se malungil ko sangale gor mi ngara kwa masaibal ma directly blue up mangaur ma sela blue belau direct lungil ko sangale mora ma urungil tutaw mortigel ko ngara US mainland malungil ko sangale sela ko ngita sebot miul mo tel eklem ren sa git to ko boltu Jackson Henry esola eboto o el bolmara program gitu. Okay, so this time makpaskalain mergo mo do el oreng sar adel maliwek tel belula.
Okay, thank you tulik mansaur tel teal mas malungar ngudel metiale station rauling gawa you reached you're a global media man. Oy mal reach rabul the four corners of the earth, as a matter of fact.
You got it right.
Oy aware that tulig maybe kuntel teal.
Oy
base na customer gid ma tradition eso lang gusto sray budul ma reklay ma bilog ma ebil reklay ma rogul rubak al tira o lavadura igal tablil a member traditional council of chiefs.
Okay
law tawara michusungin government ako susra president ra senate lo conspables ma rogul senators direct mora Speaker Anastasio ngi gim dilang ngaraskura Xavier High School tulig ang kalruba ka directly dilang ngaraskura Gonzaga University.
I see.
O mga law school nga ngara bitaral ngara undergraduate magiman lo ka teng malungel kap sange speaker to you and your family mar adam ngara House of Delegates directly dal makita do extended telungil personnel mora roguil governors gal 16 states marogul speakers marogul other belaw kami will ngara mangara farm orol ta business kami manol ko sangay
arubakal mormay
exactly kami lo makal mo ko orange sa sure ka ma'am
okay
tulig direct swakal mal lo durok la mal ora kayal del el susunakal more trigil at Guam gim dinakal kay.
I see.
I lived in Guam for 15 years.
I see.
Direk mlekera sa ibara kirel buy. Mo kera Washington. Ela manop to ata wala nga Washington. Serak narse gi madle magasa inding afterkel malo durok lamal real dele greetings to all of you man masalat tulig at idel opportunity. Tulig nga ka ilal kapsangay at timawais rakaw matriyagi dele listeners ra kapsangay. Masangal Jackson Henry mal namo 22 years kerbelau mlar mula guk plus beger mul sira kuk tiga civilian ndi elang tulik so kalo si ka esel challenge eswagal mo part tiagi del movement kerbelau lo lagi sa economy gid del all time ratamal ngaramal matarab sul economy as a result tiagi del pandemic ma shoba mal struggle tulig maral goram ngitar musel da pasagal hotel maldi vacant.
Why say?
Oy, ngarnya da news maset de hotel maral may hindi kita madig aroider sera pre-pandemic era lo 100,000 turista merbelaw. Mga kamo o parte seguida del movimento, el bungela presidente, el como se medrili belaw, el mo International Center of Finance. Di tulik, swakal mo el mutel include one more industry. Tawara insurance.
I see.
Oy, lagad mo subra adra Switzerland, mar adra kamla mo Amerikel, Hartford, Connecticut. Seguida Center of Insurance sa Blue Amerikel. Mang malcrol economy, egida giral dingara gagidel online ma a cyberspace o shobay, lendia ka resources rigid tulik.
I see.
Ang baka india ka gold rigid, india ka silver, ma oil mandiak, di ako til global goal nga rigid dias above and beyond the natural resources, a sovereignty. Gida sovereign nation. We can make any laws in the world. Dolgi sa economy rigid, india ka adel we answer to except other belaw thank you. By Dios ang ngarayakan. Seguida ako til klol asset rigid or other belaw. Mang akura adang okta tara kloset masi. Ngarama a Bermuda malgré el blue dia resources tir. Tara income tir to legal move til ngarbabara US mainland. Ngarama blura Bahamas malungil mrala gay sa tir. Dia resources tir. Igang island nations. Ma Singapore, ma Hong Kong, tetemus el blue, magkakarer, klunga blue ra malkakarer, ending they're the highest per capita income ra blue la. Oy, karama bela dia lo raise tu. Au inda kaso eden mo raise, dia ka ungil luud. Mga kasokal mura olbile, mo introduce sa beslul daso. Tegidel beslul daso tu legal gum daso ngi. Mo save a pension fund, ma Social Security. The tablol issue ito liga are the two most pressing issue nga ramadala a Republic at that time. Les kumang ngaral to koy mang modya sa del pertri agi del pensioners ma recipient tra SS en sual mornia al digra blule. You know, let's face it, Tuli. We are in a cash economy. You need cash to pay for your power bill, to pay for your groceries, your gasoline, repair your car, and most of all is to pay your medical expense. Namuda sa edadik mo so irekukti mo o sigura tara serse morae and I can survive. We have passed that threshold to leak. We need money, and money is something that it's namura a national issue. Mga mo swakal mo into the second best daswa. Lologisra igana mirgit. Tulik, it's a fact about economics. It's almost a law. 70% at least ila economy is consumer spending. So the more consumers spend, the better the economy will run. Aula economy rigid aramur talaga kidele tourism MCC ile imol tourist talmeng ganga ada spender. Ganga renta hotel room. So lang mura restaurant, ngara taxi, mobile alba, mura jellyfish lake, magiludo da circulate. El alna mo dia tourist, el consumer spending amla mana decrease in macro percentage. Mga ulo do siga es shobal may mandiya kita ngara tourism ituli. Kawa sirak chairman da PVA gida kaw mga amle partnership gid lo bentir atra board. Mal to this day akmal respect Tulik and all those years that you invested all your time for free for the purpose because you love this country. Right. That's why we need people more like you, Tulik. You know, we gotta give in something and not expect too much out of it back. We just do it because we want to help the country. Hindi el namo riwa tourism, and we need to find another industry. Maulak mal suat tagi de tora insurance.
Like what? We need to find another insurance because you know and I know that tourism there's no guarantee. Di mo rin kikarel gora se ngaring araktam lat mum stobar adal may ekana. What do you think about other source which is natural resources? For example, you know, continental shelf, you know, the gas and oil, you know, exploration. Marato simple gagigidel Ngaringila peluat mendiahdu tuira tourism lamo gira de los siga resources diahdu tuira tourism.
I say.
Oh, ngaral do sem.
Well, no, those are good good options to explore, but it takes time to get there. Eh? For example, Tal Oil, we've been talking about it for years and years and years, and nothing has happened. What I'm saying is, if we mal competitive insurance loring what we do the ma insurance tax tribal moriora agel charge rogul makrol bulul adwa Zurich barwa Hartford, Connecticut the ma agel tax tribal morio eso lang speed up agagidel application process eso lang agel insurance companies adalo magit et temir belawan me domicile tiang and this can happen pretty quick. Then I got to show by they're always looking for a stable ground, a place where they can save money on their taxes, a place where it's stable. Ula maklukong bali tuliga modomasa arwa Cayman Islands, marwa Isle of Man, Bermuda, le igagi the tira mal friendly. So what I'm thinking, we need to create create a captive insurance. That's one. Number two, tiang ako direkal mo ora mo o touch at tourism etulik. I call this program the new residency visa program, or you can call it silver visa program for Palau.
You know, the hardest part of it, you know, I was in the Congress for 8 years. The hardest part of it that I understand is to convince your colleagues to see the same thing that you see. Because the problem is that they don't see it. You have been traveling, you're educated, you know all of these things. Very easy for you to sit down and talk about these things. But the question is, how are you going to convince these people to understand the same thing you understand?
I see.
That's the hardest. To sell ideas in the OEK is going to take more than you. It's going to take maybe 2 more people like you. Team up and try to educate the rest of the members. For example, tilapia, when I was talking about tilapia.
Right, I remember that.
You know, food security. I saw it coming.
I see.
But nobody believes it. Until today, still nobody can see the same thing I saw many months ago.
I see.
Okay, so the question is, how are you going to convince these people that you're going to be working, and you're going to be there just for 2 years?
2 years,
you know?
I see.
Yeah?
Yeah. I say, take that challenge tulig but akumdas
I like to talk with you. I like to talk with the smart people.
Well, there's no nothing in life is guaranteed. You know, that's for sure, and nothing in life is perfect.
Right.
Ulak tiyo sa batamak magorti colleagues nak masay. Don't give up the good because you're waiting for the excellent or the perfect.
I see.
First, go for the good, and work your way up to the excellent and the perfect. If you're going to keep waiting for the perfect, you're not going to get there. Although you get to first base first. So, agumda sa talagi the challenge to league is basically it's the element of negotiation. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. What is the bill you want to pass? And I'll support you, but support my bill. Or another way to do it is have all your colleagues join in the bill with you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take all the credit. I don't need the credit. But
I think that's what I did wrong, because, you know, when I introduced the tilapia bill, you know, it was just me. And I think I should have, you know, bring everybody. But in OEK or Congress, there's a little competition amongst the members.
Yes.
Because every end of the year, they're going to say how many bills you introduced and how many became a law.
Right.
You know? So that right there, you know, is going to say, I'm not going to support Jackson Henry because he's going to have more bills passed and it looks good on him and everything. So be aware of that.
Yes. Yeah, I understand that every organization, there's what you call a pecking order.
Pecking order.
Pecking order. So everybody wants to get the lion's share. It's a human thing.
Yeah.
But there's a solution, Diaz. Make them part of your team.
Oh,
and scratch my back, I scratch yours. And be a good negotiator.
Okay.
Nga ka malumarang at tulig ra at waram get malwasi. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So one of the key thing about negotiation is when you go on the table tulik is don't expect el marogu ra table mura boket tergau. Ese same klukling el taraat ega asa el makuk mola.
Okay.
O le sel de mo masenga ga di mo negotiate di mai gel soga rogui engya matamala negotiation.
Okay.
Sangel ada te al askumo sola credit sa credit.
Okay, let me excuse me, for all of you around the world, we speak English most of the time. I say about 80 to 90% of the time we speak English, so you can understand what we're talking about, and that's important. Okay, if you want to call and it's kind of expensive, you can reach us by way of email to email.aban. Write to her and place your question, and then she write it down and give it to me, and I'll ask your question on your behalf. And but in the meantime, Jackson Henry is here. He's talking about a lot of good things, but what we need to do is to understand him. A lot of these things he's talking about cannot be accomplished in 2 years' time, but he can try.
Right.
Okay, he can try, and he needs your support. So please try to understand. You can call me. This is the number, area code 680 for Palau, and the number is 488-4848. That's the number. If you want to talk live, you call me on that number, and I put you on the air, and then you ask your questions. Okay? Now back to you.
Okay. Okay. So that's the thing. Now we go. Sele mo tara program that's for me.
Okay.
Sele. We're still talking about the tourism, eh? Okay. So, tiagi the silver residency card. Okay. Merbelau, you apply, you get a 5-year visa to live in Palau.
Okay.
El altay mga rin 2 years. Seko tanga rin offering it to I think it's only like $500. You take it 5 year, you pay more money. Either 7,000 or 5,000. So lang ikaw nga card raw, kirbelau wala retiree. So kirbelau, I got apartment raw diya sa mga songs. Adang. Tiga mi kirtiang rent, o mungura ga restaurant dergi de Milira Rock Island. Maudo da circulate. So, tagidagil gora story go isra ang irmang raswel bak masi. Ngaram ko nga mal kalmay, irey mendi talo mael, ko sabagi amal ka. Dia ka irey man nga lug medi lom el lang ay sa medi the things for the next 10 years or whatever.
I see.
And same thing with the tagidal visa program. It's a form of long-term tourism. Let the Kerbelao support the igan mirgid, a part of the community. But really, abesel so almo introduce abesel la alwaysay. Part of tourism. Lendal ngarang el time el malwadi rather than to travel, and you come up with more creative way to bring people to Palau. People don't mind paying the kind of money.
Let me ask you this before you go any further. There's so much you wrote down here, and they're all important. Sure. I really want to go one by one and ask you and get your answer to these questions. Before we go any further, can we go back and look at the main priority, which is the SSM pension fund? We have a problem with those two. Okay. What are you going to propose, and what law are you going to propose to fix those two issues that we're facing right now, SS and pension fund? So, kami marurad mo sa magara fix.
Dia kaya the black pension 4 or 5 issue. Kaya kaya a source of issue those. The way to solve a pension fund SS to leak is new money. You cannot save it. You cannot save it with old money. Leng ilang time mga ringa proposal increase SS from 7 to 9. Area proposal kung sa kadamo 65 kung retire. All you're doing is you are just tweaking the whole thing with old money. You're not creating. You're not helping the people by using the old money. Then why do we have to extend to 65? If somebody wants to retire at 62. And pay 9% instead of 7%. Say, it's a form of cannibalization. A cannibalization, why it's like you're all eating your body. Selbo da song rengel, you know what I'm saying? Cannibalization. The system will try to tweak it around. At the end, los pegal mutrudo, they try to tweak it for the purpose of saving it. I understand that a board, SS, they have a fiduciary duty to save a pension fund. Ultimately, say, may the stop the pay. However, say the solution, say the temporary. Akabay, udisirot mo say, continue perarad, so lang dugi matter olbil, but the pasala, el mo saber tiang. The several thing other aboard that mas ngaring solution lamral may, e mo diakal panic. They have a fiduciary to protect him and diakal bankrupt. What will we tell them? Mas say a solution na give like with tigringi, di ngari ala al be patient, mo emperar other malakal bankrupt pension fund. Di wa ada namo songren like mas say, kanamo songren di am asangara umel durable daklan. Relax, kalam rugum. And once they know that,
they'll panic.
They'll panic. Igida na mo sub edel continue man they'll terminate igil udo los spectacle ad. Le tulig igil $100 a month los spectacle ada or redeem lang kung parte na budget 50. Move and the man mo suffer. They have to readjust themselves. To me, don't stop the pension fund, the SS. I mean, no, pension fund is okay. Don't stop the SS payment. We can find a solution. Igagida bibira solution to offer. Igagida le silver hair residency visa, my insurance law. Igagida tara solution. Tigida tara number 3 go southern is financing through HUD, housing and urban development. I can explain that to you. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Self residency visa. Okay, sila lang sila.
Ngari alla di 2 years. Ngari imo 10 years siya ka lawyer.
So lang anyway ang pangam le designate ra Marklol utma. But the silver hair but
I say.
Di ka lawyer.
Le say akum das first uli gatara uli song or sige dalla. Say 10 years but you have to pay $250,000.
That's too high.
Well, it's too high. Another problem makmase. Maka-omerbela mo siya 250,000 house, hindi ka na makit. I'm a realtor. If you ask me, ka-omertel about check mo siya, Jackson Henry, I got $250,000. Find me a house. I'm telling you, tulik, I'm really sorry. Hindi ka blara nga makit.
Now, before, like Hokkaido, when this legislation became a law, we were concentrating on retirees from Hokkaido, Japan.
I see.
You know, during winter time, it's going to be so cold, you know, they want to, and they're old already, so they want to go to places like this. But you know what? They went to Philippines instead of Palau because 250,000 is too big,
it's too
you know, I think, find out, do you research and find out what is Philippines doing and how much they're offering, how much they charge, whatever, you know, and then we come up with a law. Okay, instead of 250,000. Matter of fact, when we first worked on it, it was 500,000, $500,000, and then it didn't go. So we came down to 250, and we left it 250, but still, you know, the Japanese retirement is not big enough for that. So instead, they went to the Philippines.
Sure. Ang adabora wa Philippines, even Malaysia. Di mo say, okay, I'm applying to retire in your country, and then okay, here are the checklist. One of them is to buy a condo. If you call a real estate agent, say, we have so many condos. Where do you want to live? Makati, Pampanga, Cavite, it's all over the place. Abelawa diak. O make say, okay, $250,000 for a house. Say, where are the houses? Oh, I'm sorry. Call Jackson Henry. Say, boss, I'm really sorry. We don't have any in the market. See the problem. Ulak mo say, 5 years. It's faster. It doesn't require a real estate. But truly, we need more people to tell Palau.
Skilled or unskilled laborers?
No, talking about these are the retirees.
Oh, okay.
Because every 5 years they can renew.
Right.
But they want something quick. Right. Ulang namo problema SS because digal out migration anamo digal pay into the system. So the revenue anamo digal or takar dial pay out. So how do we do it? We bring more people back. We bring more employees, Loretta Insurance Company, more involved with a real estate development, material work tikira blue retiree, part of the system lagi dito tumarakal renta apartments, so the money circulates. Sige da umbes tara solution. And then when you're ready, I talk about the HUD.
Okay, talk about HUD.
Okay, HUD stands for Housing and Urban Development.
Okay.
Era 1962. I don't know if you lived in Guam yet, pang Typhoon Karen.
Oh, I was
not there yet. It wiped out 90% of Blara Guam. Tingala HUD, Housing and Urban Development, finance Blara Guam, who's pay program Henry Kaiser. So they build all these tract housing, fill in void magit legal Blara Guam di breed. So Guam became eligible for all the citizens Silvaro although the HUD because they are U.S. citizens. Now, let me give you a scenario. If Bongal Tangata Makmura Adam Rigel convince them to make Palau lenders FHA and HUD eligible, a loan should be 30 years. And your interest rate per year is 3.5%. So, at $80,000, you're only paying $359. However, if you go to Development Now Bank, 8%, they did 20 years, you're paying $669. It's almost half. Mas kumang mo half a payment raw, mora mortgage raw tulig baro 80,000 to build one house. Several gulak mo say, matigir rogul other belawal ma low income, anamos real baro those maktura a house 80,000. Why am I using 80,000? Because you can build a house now in Palau, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, for 80,000. And you only pay $300 some.
That's really good.
I see.
Because the constitution, the limit, the other below, Maruban Gombali, the Alcombali other below, Elwa Utamablai.
Say it.
They are severely repossessed house to include the property, the land.
Yes.
So what they can do. And we are facing the same problem in VA loans for housing.
I see.
They won't allow us to get a house here in Palau, independent country, and the VA finance it. They said no, because here's the reason in your constitution, you cannot, we cannot take, if you fail to pay your mortgage payment,
without foreclose.
Foreclose, and they cannot get it and resell it because. It's against the law. So how are you going to fix that?
This is the solution.
Okay.
Okay. We make the law. I say when it's time to foreclose a HUD or VA loan, before you bring it to the market for foreclosure, a development bank will come in and they'll buy it from you. We'll make the law like that. So the bank and
so what are you going to do? You make the law before?
Yeah, we have to make the law.
Okay.
Before we go to HUD. Okay, so a development bank will act like a guarantor.
Oh, okay.
So, kung mga guarantor, other bela also el ngusel blay foreclosure ngi olutaw do dira HUD mar other FHA, Federal Housing Authority, they will come in. Ulak ng litiyang tulik, akla mo dura Phil Flores. Kaluro ba kara gagi dele Bank Pacific. Masay, all you need is a law. I know you have a constitution. But these banks are not going to own your land. They're just going to lend it, and you pledge it as a collateral, granted that your local bank become the guarantor. They need a solution.
And the local bank is owned by the Palauans.
Correct. Okay. So they can become the guarantor. Ang diya kasabi na other bela will lose at tamir lemor imala. Development Bank. Okay. Now here's the good news about Development Bank.
Okay.
There's two things they can do. Okay. They can look for a buyer, and number two, they can restructure the loan. If I say, kalada uram le foreclose ang gangam los merabil, maseral madabil, and diblo half a income ringi. Imang lo uno da sa el haraw loser tial blil. Dili may Bank of Development Bank, for example, and say, di one income ringi, manamo diakal eligible for a requirement of FHA. It's okay. Bring it to the Development Bank and we'll restructure it. Mase, iregi mlutel maskab as a loan Go ko mga tiya payment back period.
Refinance.
Refinance ringi on a different term. Only one man can do it.
Ah, I see.
So the problem is solved.
There's a solution for everything.
There is a solution for everything. Now here's the good news here. Tulik kita nga compact in the United States. Okay, so that's a security of the United States. And number two, the mule veterans, you paid your price to be.
There's so many of us, and we cannot even get a VA loan here.
Correct, and so America's got to find a way to help you folks.
Right.
I mean, you paid your price to defend the country. So another third, here's another third benefit. A U.S. embassy ng Hatiang. Okay?
So they can be eyes and ears of the federal government.
Correct. And then, a negotiation with a compact 2 or compact 3.
You know, people misunderstood that. That's compact review.
Compact review. Masa El Morate pala. Kita wish list ka, ma'am. We want a brand new hospital. We want an airport in Pilion Angar. We also want FHA and HUD to start working in Palau and grantee our loans.
Man, you're supposed to be in that damn congressman because you excite me.
Here's the good news, Diaz. I used to do this when I was working in Guam. Nakamli finance Ablara Guam through FHA, Freddie Mac. Freddie Mac stands for Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, and I was the one lending the money. And here's another good news with that program, Diaz. You can use it to finance a single family or multi-family. For example, you want to build more condominiums or apartments, it will finance you. It also will finance a convalescent homes. Trigale rubag marmaasle, ididangar al time, as edrulia blirir. Esegi the loan as el financing the programs. Leng, a purpose to say, it aside from just making money for the banks, is to solve the housing shortage. Abulam rigel, mawagwa magidel, FA states eligible morsegi demang. We have to knock on the doors of America. Americans will listen to you if you come with a practical issue, negotiated deal. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let me read this. This is coming from outside.
Sure.
Yeah, it says, his name is Kennedy Masup. He said, congratulations, candidate. You're the best candidate for the Senate.
Thank you so much, Kennedy.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just thank you for your comment.
Yeah, thank you for comments, and really appreciate the trust and confidence.
Okay, and when it'd be nice if you put your name where you're from. I mean, are you calling from Guam or U.S., San Diego, Salem, Oregon, all of that stuff? So just write it down where you're calling from, okay? That'd be nice.
Yeah,
okay, let's continue.
So
Okay.
So that's that one, eh?
Para HUD, important to the discussion.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered, we kind of go back and forth, but we talked about the
land easement.
So we kind of touched on that a little bit, eh?
Okay.
So, skumangari atame medias, and you are landlocked. Kamla mo ragi rugul negotiation, siwangar vela, malo langit tigal adak masih me gulangit bas kakarolega tidigo tawar kau.
Okay.
So the question is, are you going to give up? Who's going to help you? Dia kan namo time government tour al sentiam.
I see.
Okay, so lang it malwasi. Folks, tiang a law of reciprocity. Once you give this man aral mura atmel, atara club sego poringia atmel dia aral morni, somebody will help you. Tagi da issue. Kung karo ruli to legal gora tialla raiga gidele eminent domain. A government that move, hara surveyor, hara appraiser, release lungi rail. So lang selbo na po sa appraiser ni, engel ag will pay the landowner our gold. The other beloved yes have to know one thing in about real estate. A land without road is worthless. Tiaka value ni. So, how do we do this? We have to have a legal mechanism to pay Allah. Force of tell issue more other belong. Government will help you. There is a way to do it. You get compensated for the land that you gave up. Ula, yes. Ngaral to ko artery. I get got to makul mur the mera artery. I get artery. ulit mo sing R3 real estate. Allah sige the rail mo at mem, it's worthless.
Mablo de asbel develop bring sumada di.
It's front. O tulungil sa mo de hotel ngi. E di rail. O di rail. Pero la bagal dili pa babal mo ngi. But it's not a legal easement. Tigil adal nga access real block ng alat. Luckily, they're related to all the but it's not a legal easement. We have to. I cannot emphasize it anymore. Kasi other Palau may bol tarngud rule agagid easement. Ladan ngarang idiyas, nakakut may belak mle freak out len. Aigal utmer Palau di square. How do you get to that land? I say, oh, sorry, no road. Agwame brother, di kasi ML subdivide out, malakaral mo rin. It's the law. Oh, it's the law. Ang ginagawa mo rin ang laar Palau.
Di ako introduce, o senator, hindi ako introduce tila.
Ako introduce rin titita mo Isaac, tirekil ko rin bilarap. Madura, miduls, mo si suludong, mo si ngariya case law, hindi tilgibal, ngariya gray area rin. So, ito mo sa case law may, oba adra lara el sira olbil, el maybe sil ko tulungin la. Alit yang ada kadil benefit ra tigal terul ate benefit tial imol community lesel wolungin aral yang magisa economy. I cannot emphasize this anymore. To other belawa jakal salmal cash rich but they're land rich. Jakal sal to ka cash rabang di to ka atmir digit utama land la. We need to help those people. Sige daw das.
All right.
Okay. I say, if yes, indeed, got 2 years, but there is nothing wrong with just introducing them. So maybe not pass in my term, maybe next term, but I'm not going to run for next term. I'm only a 2-year ban. That's my pledge to all you.
No, because if you're going to go in and do a good job, and we're going to know that you need more time in the Senate in order to materialize, I got lamit to this. But I'm going to change the rabbi. Looted. More likely, we'll write you again in.
Well, but I'm kind of like at that point in my life where I wanna travel and retire and go fishing and.
You have all kinds of time. Look at me. I have all the time. Did you have
time to work when you were still at the OEK? You still have time to work.
Yeah, I was doing it.
Oh, good for you.
Matter of fact, I do a press conference with Ramir Mangasaw.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then say hurry up because I got to go to a session.
Right.
10 o'clock. By 10 o'clock, I'm out of there. I walk out of his office into the Senate.
Sure.
I don't know where I got my energy, but I did it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but at my age, I'm going to be 73 years old coming November 5th, and the time I have left with my life now, I know that I'm not going to last maybe another 5 years or so.
But you know what, Diaz? I got to tell you this.
But
to all other Palau, nam nila age raw, I say, man, I like to be like Diaz when I'm at that age. Like you still have a drive. Like akum naswatara key to longevity in life is you have to have a dream, you have to have a drive. Say wala ka drive. Di kirablal di mon dalalwal to kar.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning. I'm looking for something. I don't know what to do with my hands because I'm so used to get up and prepare to do something.
I say.
So I get up and I'm just, hey, what I'm going to do?
Sure.
Never mind. Go sit down and drink coffee and watch TV and fall asleep, wake up. I'm a deadwood,
sure.
And I'm going to go before my time. So I said, okay, I'll just go out there and stay active.
Sure.
Yes.
No, I think in the US, nga kamalom na nga DNA. Your DNA is a Spaniard, maybe how many thousand years ago. The Spaniards are the hardest working people,
Yeah. I'm excited. I can live this long.
Sure.
Okay, this is the guy from Narada.
Okay.
Okay, what's your position on legalizing cannabis?
Okay.
I'll go for cannabis.
Okay, here's the story about cannabis. Okay, cannabis, it requires educating the public. We don't have a lot of probably education and maybe public hearing and to explain everything. But here's the story about cannabis. My understanding is, as we speak, Diaz, a cannabis law are murta al time al sila pipeline olbil.
I see.
It's going as we speak.
Right.
Somewhere in somebody's committee. Anyway, but having said that, tida position ng cannabis a scientist na tubdiya tingin mo say cannabis has medical properties. Car. Oy. Mas kumugdos pe el car, lubog mo exporter mo nagel pharmaceutical company ra Europe los pe and brula car ak supporter ni. However, I do not support the cannabis for the purpose of recreation. Diya ka da say. A cannabis tuliga mal interesting alam na rin nga symposium ra Malaysia nga kanarse. Magadorin sa tigel elimos kal adra nga ramirigel mar scientist mar toktang. And then nagulong lang almira a donor house. Akpekter ulbigra sinado okosel mga donat si milimagohimak masi. Hey, Mr. Chen, how come you didn't come to our symposium? Inyak mulwa say, what symposium? Says, we're talking about cannabis, medical cannabis. At tamalo or Masi, oh, what's so funny? Masi, in China, we've been using it as a medicine for 7,000 years. You guys are behind. Makmasi, oh, I didn't know that. Brother, I'm not testarogul the lumra blulan.
They are the oldest people on earth.
They've been the oldest continuous civilization. If the Chinese have done it for 7,000 years, a glaucoma, insomnia, epileptic seizure.
Right. Yes. Legalized. Saibal. I heard that they're doing good in terms of paying taxes and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I tell no spend up with because affects the society, my community. Yeah.
If anything, it is incredible. Cannabis has a sedative element. Omo sumospe malimalti, ointment. And ulaw mo relax. Mo diya kang violent. Ako tel makitel drug na merbelaw, alcohol. Alcohol make you violent. How many people in Palau am la accident, am la kawad, am mo kalabus. Kada mo tiga kalabus, most of them are there because of violence. Medical cannabis really adal mo relax. Mo relax. Kailangan Guama Amral na morngi hindi tadi kami the regulation mura agagi dele recreation But let me just say this, Senator Diaz. About maybe 3 or 4 years ago, alkotel pas tegel cannabis lora Guam. Ya imol group ra siya wala sileb kal mesra Governor Calvo. Muse Governor, thank you for passing the medical cannabis. We have a big group in Japan. It's a big club. Cannabis tea. Say we are going to bring our group to Guam to buy your cannabis so we can drink. It's our medicine. The problem is Governor Calvo say, we thank you for your proposal, but based on Guam law, we don't export them, and we don't allow them to be used by foreigners, only locals. Kaya naman mo disappointed. Akma say, askum ariya cannabis lora belaw, may open ringin mura tourist.
Because you want to make money, right?
You want to make money.
Yeah.
Matigal smer alme tolaba kardra toktang arti prescription. Kasi my doctor told me I can use cannabis to help me with my cancer or my epileptic seizure or my insomnia. Ako the problem ra modern society, either ko ra city, a stress level. People are stressed out.
Except me.
Except you. So what they do? They drink cannabis medicine to relax their nerves.
Especially if you're in a stressful environment.
I see.
Yeah, and then you not abuse it, but use it according to your doctor's instruction.
Exactly.
Then we all benefit. We make money from it and help the men's health.
I say.
Yeah.
Makunda sa tuliga, what we need to do, Belaw, agado reng sa toftang. or as a scientist before I make a decision. Len,
You're right.
everything I base a scientific evidence.
Talk and talk all night about cannabis and.
I see.
But anyway, let's move on. Sugumo Morgia, I really enjoyed talking to you because you're a smart, educated person, and I
appreciate
really
it.
don't mind to sit down with you and talk about anything because you got an answer for everything. Okay, let's see. When you say users-friendly business laws, we covered that already?
Yeah, we pretty much
okay. Explain to me, campaign slogan, removing barriers and providing solutions. So,
I see.
Sama Agil Gora, Hawaii Algora, the move forward, and we're concentrate by provide a solution and more every problems that we have. Okay, come so dila sengara ulmu take the campaign slogan serga came about.
Okay. Akpan mo okay diase das masi. Every time you do something, you need to let your audience know your office, your position. Akpan mo okay das kasi naga sumak pora olbid. Ang nga maswal voters, my voters, what do they expect from me? Hindi akpok kurulala lolsong para other vela. Ngayon adal diak dital vela mamrigel. Sorry mall create alla al kurulala for adal mo complicate mring alla. Oy, tomal sar ad mo ditrigibel magrang tamal siya al. Am to kala traffic mangrang. I'm not in that ball field. I am there to find solutions for our economy. O siga possibility luli bela mo friendly place. Gaya nga bela ngarangud. You have to be happy in your house. Magigita ko ra slogan ra mang ulak miluwak masi tara issue kumesringi. Tianga it's going to require a lot of work and convincing the other olbil and there's some money that has to come out of this. If I begida skumang di nga licensing, may increase the budget until tigibal mo klo, masil hara one or two people, more promotion. So we can promote tilapia farming, shrimp farming, food security. We can do those things. Senator Diaz, man, I tell you, mora Vietnam, mora Macau, mora Cambodia. Man, masar mo. I gal hotere udlay. Adwar alseling area convention. Del convention rogul adel ngara agriculture. Angar say. A scientist am sada be esel kar, be esel way, be esel breathing rangigel. But ngara convention. But here's the best thing about it. Trigal adel ngar say directly the people who own the companies. Hindi kal makita the senate imura adat, imura gagidal convention. Malmit trigal adel or rengs. Mas kumangarnya debate ra tilapia asel olbira rulaw. Enduk mundur gagidal buy ngara FIB namura convention mel baskida briefing ringi. Engin maskit masyak namura convention. And this is what they said. Ayagida brochure nilay. Scientific evidence. Ang Macau, mang direct every year in ding arngiya 10, 20, 30 conventions from all kinds of business. Madabor say that pass our business cards.
Why say?
You get to know these players. Kasi naman belaw elo get masay. Ngaranga priority kami food security. Okay, ngaranga somiw. Ama manawa somel lomkrola ngigele. Agi maldi mga ngigera reef. Bagi maybe another 20 years na mo diya ngigera reef. Let's start farming our own food. Don't worry. We have the system. Akmalot kiti agidele do region ngarang yaure tulik. It's the biggest man-made lake in Micronesia. Sel mo tukora ngardok, you know that? Ngaram yak dali sel mo kadara fish farmer belaw. Eat tilapia, why not? We have to pass the law. Sel eungel amoblila a shrimp. So we have shrimp at the bottom, fish on top. Sel giringia inland mandiaka tilapia amis moradaw. Even moradaw hindi madre nila daw.
Di mangya ti survive ra gal baro
salt water.
Brackish water.
Why say? And we have the means to do it. Mang beto kay gagito ko rami garel man-made lake ba ngara sir ngara babaldabe eskum timel ngara lake ruk timurula fispan kararbay. Oy. So what we need to do is kukti tanga kloludo that's it would not hurt to turn FIB to also not only licensing but also a promotions agency that promote the national priority, which includes food security. Oy. Adang koram ngaraw do semertia.
Hindi kan kulgon ito ko say hindi ka darula la because korama retaliation. Not because kaimara.
Sure.
Okay, tint 10%.
Oy.
Le adalor olbi lam le kiat seram asringil gawangal ngil ngara sela tintem lai ngal masam sa ruba haringil ngara tintem la ba imorality. Mga yutok la dingala setela kam pasangil mo la ako itaw. Oy. Ay gigit lakdarula la because
oy. Revenge politics.
Oy. Sa darula la sa tiang ngarngiya bot kat maklira pelu marat. Sa dala pa feeling gid rulan la.
Yeah.
Oh, sel dame sangat ngarngiya. To la mok.
I see.
Oh, ela kadwa seat belt. It's such a good thing, you know. And when I was in Congress, I was trying to pass it and introduce it and all of that. Hindi mla statistics kulabel low isel wasi ngat magilala to reduce radisira abel madam mal without seat belt. Ngire del gut mamrura la al basra statistics domestic say okay omalabel legagidele bu mahbuile la cosa cancer, okay. Nusa yagidel cases pending mergo man mi asam basra yagidel stadil giblabru ngirel magat mokla la reduce ra sira adros pe omalabel togol ma yagidel ka boima abu agul go nya example was ngirel magat mokla yagidel basra
statistics. Was ila sel sit below I say the like you say we should not say tell our tir am accident marro. Maybe what we should do is instead of enforcing sige they made try to put a speed limit raral. Alam niya ka speed limit raral.
Yeah.
Number 2, we should also educate rarbuy hindi ka lonely melo drive. That should be the promotion. Dilekal mo trigibel pura atra galbar mase askumaada man mo hotel le pula taxi cab for the driver. So take a proactive stand. So we don't have to make laws. We just do common sense. So those are things we could do. Di sila penalize our adding. Diya ka lungil tukoy.
I see. Okay, now we're slogan. Hey, you know what? In any time before election, if you want to come and talk about anything, I'll be available.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the last experience this is why, and last night,
I see.
Ilavan to thank you, brother.
Oh, wow, amazing.
Okay, ilang ikang ila at 12 out of 25 ila 12 Salvador ama 5 so lang enang wawan Lancer Basilus 2 nga ka right in.
Wow. They still want you there.
They still want me there because maybe I talk too much. I don't know.
No, you make sense, you know.
Ikang ila 12.
Oh my gosh.
Simply because comesel commenter ngel buy gam naraw limang emelus del eska gagid questions are wa marijuana ma na direct gagid ang outside the vela so congratulations, you're the best for the job, candidate for the Senate. Thomas Sergao Lara YouTube you have been around. Selgo ba sagal experience Sergao? And kalam na mention sel imara Sergao nargira TMC. And di tiarela Thomas gal experience Sergao ngaria seven different experience.
And there's more, but I didn't know no more space.
Okay. 7, This is the one that just gave me.
I see.
Okay. And when we look at your experience and simply say, kumlara kabanker lumlara at Telebank Hawaiian Bank and Bank of Guam, I say. Okay. In development work, Seattle, Washington. Okay. Entrepreneur on Guam. So when you say entrepreneur Guam, come involved at the real estate?
Yes, tigide to ligat na Guam. Aka sira bank, I helped a lot of clients become very wealthy. Nga eventually mara mortgage, loan mo mora commercial loan. And sila nga commercial loan ra Bank of Guam, and there was only 3 of us. So they used to call us prima donnas because we bring in the money to the bank. The loans we give bring in the biggest revenue, Merabang. For our first one bank, and I was the only commercial loan officer. Anyway, makmase, man, I'm making all my friends very wealthy and my clients, and I'm still here on a salary. Akmase, one thing I learned in life, you cannot become rich working for somebody else. Makmase, I have to take a chance in life. Makmase nga skill nga, makmase nga amadura tora finance. Tuligang I don't want to bring too many accolades to myself. Hindi pigire udile aklak mo. Akpora ko nga kang ilu attest, yung license nga securities license, which means sa egal ultrawas tax, el manage sa road. Akpora Wall Street ra New York, I can get a job ra Wall Street because I have the license. You have to study and pass the test. So, ndimlak po ra New York, but I was helping a lot of people. Toka dapat ba helper tiri dimlak charger tiri. Mas kung may atrever you get free service. Ngari of Google rai club ng libro Liao Anklel, Moses Bernardino. Gay ulong mga kan mo olela akle helper ni rataraurior. Mose olay tentela service ra obis ra mak musudlay kung may atrever ditala. Diak charger review. Manlong na ngul kung mga kan mo olel. All time, and he's my promise brother. Dire kemiska at rai. Leng sige del wel ko ra longile. Oy. Di sige del ka kara kwame tuliga mle package sa loan help ra adel improve our financial tier. Mga ka imo client na kal adas siya bala or spiang sa maki bilatakal terwal mora Switzerland. And then direct kumura Paris. Direct nga client na kalos insurance magimura Lloyd's of London. We were arranging a political insurance. So I've been exposed ra magigreema magclose to ra finance. Seguida mle relek ra Karagwam. Eventually akmle migrate to mura real estate. Ika nga ako rakmake. So I'm still nga kamle license ra insurance ra Guam. I was licensed ra real estate. Magida mle relek ra Karagwam. And then eventually I brother gidra alensi dak maseme idobelaum
Sunra
Banco. Pakpel of Randangil for about 5 years. Government tamil closer kamamling.
Did not comply. Did not comply with the rules and regulations.
No, the IMF regulations of banking, which became not economical for us.
Oh, I see.
So we thought it's not worth the effort.
Waste of time.
So we closed the bank, which is a blessing in disguise. From there, I'm full time on my own. Like what I was doing in Guam. I was appraising property, Elisa Ultra So, my record, we've done a lot of big deals in Palau.
You became a rich man because of that.
Well, but I'm independent, put it that way.
Don't work for nobody.
Exactly. I became independent financially, so I don't actually tell Urol Mora. Olvidang radak masay kalawuk tiwasan muk mala salary ka manak kasi Brad, I'm not there for the money. I can make more money on my own. This is just something that to me is like the last big challenge to face. It's my last hurrah before I retire.
Okay.
Because I wanted to create an environment more friendly. That ora siobay. The ideas, we have to think. A private sector is the most important sector. Tell private sector, government. So we should protect, enhance the private sector. Let's take the golden goose that lays the golden egg.
Okay, Ambassador to Taiwan. At one time you went to Taiwan, Ambassador from Palau to Taiwan? Yes,
I was Ambassador there at Tulik, and guess what? I created the very first economic symposium. Magi put advertisement to all the big companies at Taiwan. We had a symposium at the Sherwood Hotel. And then, I should take Masigagi the priority belau. So we went there with some entrepreneurs and emlo display agel opportunity to Palau. The biggest lesson we found at Mase, agal ko balil ngara Taiwan al Soril Oshabar Palau, who came to the symposium at Mase. Man, we want to buy copra, but we want to buy 50,000 tons every year. Can you provide them? Magiwak Mase. Okay, you have clams, giant clam. Okay, we want to buy 5 tons per month. Can you supply them with diak? Okay, we want to come to Palau and buy 3 million square meters of land to build the golf course and the housing. I'm sorry, we don't have any. So we found out, Masegida, we have a lot to do. We have a lot to cultivate. Try to work with whatever resources are given. They need a lot of resources to work with.
I see.
That
brings up the next question. Why is Singapore just a little bit bigger than Republic of Palau, and they're one of the richest countries on earth? Lee Kuan Yew was the president. What did he do right that we should do the same thing and become economically sound?
Friendly business environment.
Friendly business environment.
That's the key.
Okay.
They had already heads up lang tigang ngila a harbor tir langara shipping lane, so they capitalize on shipping, and then to create a banking law, hotel friendly, Liwa, Switzerland. So all this business went there and opened their trading companies.
Right.
And then a bank amol open bangir. So their financial industry is what keeps Singapore very wealthy. And then tourism and mamagis. So tourism in Singapore.
Surprises me because they're getting their fresh water from Malaysia.
Correct, from Johor.
Yeah. They're getting there, but they don't have enough water in Singapore to provide for the people. So what they do, they pump it in from Malaysia.
Right.
Right.
And they pay the Sultan of Johor. He's a very wealthy man because they pay him for all that water.
That's right.
Now, same thing with Hong Kong. Why is Hong Kong, Blue, their resources are one of the wealthiest? It's the same thing.
Financial
center. So that's what we're trying to do in Palau.
Let's do it.
We're going to do it.
Okay.
And not only banking, but also insurance.
Okay. PBA chairmanship, what did you do when you were there?
I was a chairman for 4 years.
That you can remember. What did you do when you were
there? We got the award for the Shark Sanctuary. We
that's right.
I think we were there.
I was there.
The award. And then one small thing I did, Senator, was...
How many years were you there?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
One small thing that we did was when I first came to Palau, public place. Maldi tuluba madala I got blay. Kita start the cell program laka mulub adang.
Sigaw.
I'm the join again. And go mesra I got manamo clean.
Laka mulub.
Or other namo sa trospea ulbao le manamo careful.
I see.
So little things like that.
That's why I asked you that question. I was waiting for you to say. And the man introduced that Lamo Loop minder, and it really works. All the facility, government facility especially, when you go to a parking lot, it says right there, Lamo Loop.
I see.
And that's really
something small, but we keep our place sanitized. Le tigal foreigners al melo mesa parking lot but it becomes an image issue. They think, hey man, what are you guys doing?
Okay, so, Palau representative to World Bank.
Yes, I was so happy, Senator. Johnson Toribio appointed me as the representative of Palau to World Bank. So that was a big honor because he knows I'm a banker by trade. So it's a big feather in my hat. I was so happy for Johnson. He also appointed me to be the ambassador, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, last but not least. You're president of our legislature. Okay, how many years you been there now?
2 years. So this December will be my second, my first. The first 2 years will be done with. So Yeah, 2 years, because Ankara, the 2 years you have to run every 2
Okay,
years.
so when is next election?
The election is November 1st or 2nd, but I'm not, of course, I'm not running for...
You're not running?
No, not for there.
The reason why I'm asking that question is because let's say you get elected,
Yeah.
you're willing to...
Yes.
That's going to cost another
yeah.
election?
Anyway, Senator, I made a promise to my constituent, I say, Akpor Olbiring out, and I'll be 1 term.
1 term.
So I'm not running again. I didn't put my name on the list, but it was a learning process. We went through some turbulence, but that's a great learning process. You don't learn anything until you hit a rough patch.
Yeah.
That's how the education comes in. So we learned a lot working with my fellow legislators, and we passed some good resolutions. And then, believe it or not, the last resolution we passed got almost heroic, but it makes a lot of sense. Gimle pass a resolution, welcome ra trigel rogul, trigel maybe 10 or 15 skilled refugees from Ukraine. Refugees from Ukraine, if you want to come and live on a tiny Pacific island with favorable weather, we have a place for you.
Those people are very hard-working people.
They are.
Intelligent, yeah.
Yes. And here's the good news, Diaz. If they decide to come, of course we have to go through the process, immigration, and government has to pass a law, whatever. Di malungi Diaz, if they decide to come, UN ang aringi agency, United Nations High Commission on Refugees. Segidal agency, take care of refugees, ilis mora South Sudan, matal makamadra Syria, tigil miltamalra, tegidale makamadra Iraq, tigale Palestinians, ilis makamadra between them and the Israelis. They come in and they take care of them. What's 10 or 15 Ukrainians anyway? They can finance their expense to relocate to Ankara. If they come with its skill, let's say we're lucky and we get a couple of doctors, a nurse, an engineer, and a carpenter, man, that's going to make a big difference from here. We are really short on, we don't have a doctor right now. Mas kung mga emergency, we have to bring a plane there. We need more skilled people, and then we like the idea. Ako kung ira adang yaw to legal, I'm going to tell history ka ma'am. 1905 to 1908, those some lay. To start mining phosphate till 1914, but they mined phosphate from 1914 till the outbreak of World War II.
Tangilagil mongilego.
Aradois.
Gimlara.
Gimlara maasringi,
Gimlara UN. Sora Mitra Ambassador at Germany. So happened the First Lady, the Chancellor Toribio. Out of the blue, say what say. Gimlara Aradois will be help Perumal eradicate. So sure. Tingladi Meloy to say it and get him on term.
Why say?
O niya second term rin lam lo to hindi mongi lang ang problem nga o igar murte mo senator every 2 years at them okay mal limited ay gal so amal mo brula mal betokol da adi mo introduce mo raula le mergong parte mo campaign hindi go coming let's say go coming then you have less than 2 years left so what is it that you're going to do that you think is very important to the Republic of Palau in terms of economic improvement. Ngarasel gor mo das uringin pagkat makli nesto lang ang sapel mre de lo reor en akloa impactra ringin mora society gid ma direct economy na Palau.
Akunda sa gel tablong al tel mre seguir el new silver hair residency visa.
Agigit.
Seguir amre. And number 2, tagid el tora insurance law. Already, I have a draft already. So we got to do that. And then again, maybe will take time, but I think within the next 2 years we can pass. Sige, the Torah easement, financing through HUD. Let's say to Liga, United States will help Palau. It's just a matter of us remula. We have nothing to fear because Development Bank will buy any foreclosures. And at time there's no foreclosure of Palau. You know why? Magitaman sisi. Kawadi kadiri mes masih taal adar ke ngermid ng padalagi ke angaria mondar ngi na masoro trablil hindi open na rel at next year ada may mga asim so lo marablil kita man sisi so we have no problem with that issue, you know.
Well, for me, I went through these 2 years COVID-19 and all of that. I was worried like maybe my business going to go down a little bit, but no, instead it went up. Because I chose the right, work to do. Like, I said, okay, I'm going to be doing business of radio and television. And people never stopped dying.
Right.
So
steady business.
Yeah. Arada di madam tiading arnya urera mrapekl time. Ais ma subdel marabuai ma gimru lagi gitu. Apa mereka sulah rupa hamnos belu rumah menbu. That's why. Anyway, if you want to come, the COVID-19 price for a talk show for an hour is $100.
Wow.
Okay, we went from $350 to $100. So and we feel like people are running out of money. And they cannot really can afford to go out and campaign by way of radio and television. So we're open, $100 for an hour, okay? And Jackson Henry, you can always come back.
Okay.
And we have been talking for a little bit, an hour and 15 minutes.
15 minutes,
Yeah, so I'll give you the floor.
Okay.
Talk until you cover everything that you need to say to the public, and we close the program, okay?
Okay, malungil. Am saule dulik Senator Diaz sertial te al ngakad al time la declare mormurt leng maringia platform nga kulgumes el al time got critical issue belau issue ra economy tagid out migration indication mase economy gida need ospe rescue mang yagida platform nga kad discuss omsecure nga mo other you Maria Tukaram Rigel must say public servant. You are the public and I am the servant. Mga kakporseye, hindi ako siga koronar marap tuluk, akpay maswal dungura alsele olngi, and nga mo adraw riyor. All I need is 2 years and I'm going to work hard, and then hopefully after 2 years you can look back and say, ngaram lamrul. Nga kaya tuliga, di waigawal, direct MC work ethic na lang adraw riyor. I get up in the morning and I work all day. I cannot sit around. Sit around. I get this itchy feeling. I have to get up and do something. I know when I get there, I'm going to work hard for you, the people of Palau. So give me a chance. Like I say, I've been in Angkor legislature for 2 years. I've gotten good experience in the legislative process. Lang akmal ready to throw triagi dele togo del adal ngara Senate, and I'm ready to introduce some good bills. Economy first, and then after 2 years we'll come back to this talk show and say, hey, what has been done. So hopefully we'll have a better economy in 2 years. Tuliga mal confident say within 2 years ikatamla aboy click tagil pandemic, and Palau economy will rise. We're going to have more tourists, more airplanes, and everybody will be happy because the SS will be saved along with the pension fund. Sige da, Wadit Tigingek, thank you, Imelda, thank you, Tulik, for the evening, and thank you for the discount.
Okay.
God bless you, and God bless all those who came to listen to our program.
Before we're signing off, let me share with you this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Amil Elau, biological mother.
Yes. Yes, Anastasia.
Anas. Nguluro Raokif.
That's right. Rayap. Yes.
Direct spend some time sa blue up to my understanding it tilgi man yatu urga maklumat ngira tora blue up. Kumul ngira tora blue up malubem dilia tora blue up lo se metomur.
Okay. Okay, before I do that then. Okay, diyasa malaki. I speak 4 languages. I speak Yapis, Palawan, English, and Chamorro. Masugumang tokora bulabe bedomur, ekmase moy ngata abit sakat. Asugumang tokora marialas, ekmala se maila tapanyot chu. Tokora ruga de kolwa se
reconnect, okay. Okay, pero isa lang. Kamlutel, coming Kim disconnect because our system is only 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so
right.
now we're back on the air. Okay, Moy mo to beach? Oh?
Yeah, in your piece, they say Moy mo ta beach ka. Come and let's eat.
Okay.
And then in Chamorro, they say my love tafanyo chu. Tora rugeng feito mongo.
Good. Memo to mongo. Okay.
I am very lucky to live. I was a young boy, and I traveled from here to Yap. I lived in Saipan and lived in Chuuk for 4 years, and spent years in Guam and United States. So I'm like an international citizen. But nothing takes away my love for Palau. Wherever I went, it only confirmed the fact that I am a Palauan. I may have a little bit of lighter skin, but my heart is all Palau. So I want all my voters to know that.
Yeah, you look like them, but you talk like us.
Exactly. I see.
Really, Justin Henry, because I like to have a conversation with the intelligent people, and he is one of them, I learn a lot from talking to people like Justin Henry. So think about it, and then he only needs 2 years to go in the Senate, and we have to watch him for those 2 years, and then you'll decide if he's going to run for the next 4 years. Then we'll decide. So we wish you luck. This station is open anytime when you want to come. Again, this is all the Rogul candidates. If they want to come, $100 in the COVID-19 price. Kita economy mang katulong share other boray kalos sa alabuay mang kadumara to bustri rapre habang okay mo manom saul restaurant ni ngani albut sa mura wera ko
no, just want to ask the voters to think hard what you think we can do for Palau. And I'm always open. If I become a senator, I will listen to you, and I'm going to work hard to make your program brought before the Congress to be decided on. So, thank you so much for your time, and God bless all of you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
By the